Hello, hello. Today we are going to talk about the skin, and we are going to talk about it in a way in which might confound a few of you. We're just going to go ahead and, give a basic overview. Again, I'm Mary Langfield. I am a mind body coach who uses classical homeopathy coaching as well as yoga, Ayurveda, different tools to help us bring balance to our bodies, our minds, fit the physical, mental, emotional, and energetic realms, right? So that's a big ask. And talking about the skin is a big deal. So feel free, if you are watching this, to let me know, like, do you struggle with anything? Maybe it's adult acne, maybe there's eczema, maybe you have some sort of psoriasis, rosacea, some sort of skin condition, maybe discoloring, itchy hands, itchy feet, maybe there's, chronic athlete's foot. It really doesn't matter what the challenge is. If you are dealing with a skin condition, it can be really overwhelming and really uncomfortable. And you might spend an awful lot of time and energy trying to create more glowing, healthy skin. Maybe it's simply that you're dealing with aging skin or feeling like you're getting premature wrinkling or just overly dry. And so there are a lot of ways to handle these conditions, but I want to talk to you about something that most of us don't know anything about. Now, as somebody who struggled with their skin, mostly the skin on my face, since I was little, starting at about 9 years old, I had acne. And it was something that I was always dealing with. I have older siblings, and my older siblings, even though they were well out of high school and college, they were still dealing with skin conditions as well. And some of them still have them. And again, they're still much older than I am. And so these skin conditions can really be pervasive. It can feel hard to feel confident if you are in business and you're running meetings and you have something going on with your skin. It can feel like you can't find the proper makeup to cover it up. It can feel just really distracting when you're trying to get your work done because you're feeling itchy and uncomfortable. And there's always this underlying awareness of something that's going on. Okay, so we can all agree that skin conditions are really uncomfortable and not helpful. And there are not just physical, mental things going on with it, but like this emotional piece with the skin. So, coming at it from the terms of a classical homeopath and a health coach, when you are dealing with your skin conditions, the importance is very little on what you're putting on topically and how you are washing your face and whatever sort of treatments you are getting externally. Anything that is topical is going to have a minor impact on your overall outcomes that are lasting. So if you are feeling like you're constantly having to purchase really expensive creams or moisturizer or toners, like you're spending a lot of money and you're not really getting the results that the package says you should be getting, or if you've been going and seeing, like maybe you're really faithful with somebody that gives you facials or does certain treatments, or your dermatologist, and you're just not getting anywhere, I want you to consider that anything that you're doing that's topical is not going to be making any lasting dents or impressions. So I'm going to tell you a few things that are going to really make a difference. But even still, these are just, I would consider some of these things somewhat band-aids or crutches. Now, number one, most of us are not hydrated. Okay. So making sure that you are hydrated, deeply hydrated, is going to always help the skin. It's always going to make your eyes feel like they are more bright and glowing. You're going to think better. You're going to feel better. So you want to stay hydrated. As many of you have already heard me say, when I started as a health coach, I would tell my clients, hey, I'd let you pay me $200 to tell you this. You need to drink more water. Now, Whether or not that water is making a difference or not is going to depend on if you need more electrolytes, different minerals, if you have certain things that your body isn't able to absorb. Those are things that you'll want to talk to your doctor about, but just staying hydrated is going to help tremendously. Now, that's out of the way. Obviously, getting sleep, they call it beauty rest for a reason. That's also going to help your skin, right? Eating a variety of foods is also going to help your skin. So those are three things that no matter what, they're always going to be really helpful. Now, some of you may say, well, I feel like I really love to get in the sauna. I really love to do some sort of steaming. I love to do, something really intense or do lots of sweating. Now, depending on your person, depending on who you are, depending on your dosha, according to Ayurveda, whether you're primarily kapha, pitta, or vata, those choices may or may not actually be beneficial to your individual skin type. Now, these are all, again, things that are really helpful, but still might not move the needle enough for you to see a difference. So what we want to talk about is going very deep into the root of what is going on with your overall health, your skin, and what's going on with your skin. Think of your skin as a communication device on what is maybe going on beneath the surface. So if things are not being allowed to be expressed, then they come out. And think of it this way, they come out sideways in the form of symptoms. Now, you've heard me say this. This happens all the time. It doesn't matter whether it's arthritis and joint pain or back pain. Our symptoms that we are feeling are things that come up because there is some sort of disruption in the inner world. And as a homeopath, we call it the vital force, which I think is so beautiful. It's like the soul, like what is not being allowed to be expressed. And so it's coming out this way. If you're not being able to speak your truth, you might have neck issues, right? You might be feeling a lot of tension, a lot of pain, or maybe you have torticollis. There's just things that can happen. So when it comes to your skin, and whether it's your eczema, whether it is, some other sort of skin condition, this is a call to allow you to go deeper within on what is going on beneath the surface. All right. Now, I know myself, I wanted to be able to just put something on or to take a pill and just get rid of the skin condition, because the skin condition is it's so awful, especially when you're young, especially when you're in high school and you just want to fit in and you don't want to stand out for any reason. You want to alleviate that pain. But when we suppress our symptoms, especially when we suppress our skin, it usually ends up getting worse. So when you put something on your skin, whether it's a topical form of suppression or whether you're taking something, it's suppressing what's going on the inside. And then it usually manifests in other ways. So maybe it becomes a hip problem. Maybe there's a skin condition that gets a little worse. Maybe it's headaches, but usually the skin is kind of a nice place for things to just bubble up because it lets you know that there's something going on deep inside. So coming at this in the form of a homeopathic view, we want to make sure that you are honoring your skin and what it might be sharing with you. Now, for some of us, this might be really easy because we feel tapped into our intuition. We feel tapped into what is going on. And for others of us, it might be really hard to say, I don't know what this is trying to tell me. So as a homeopath, what I like to do with my clients is I like to talk to them about everything that's going on, talk about when the skin condition started, how long it's been going on, what they've tried, what they think has worked, what hasn't worked, when there's been times where the skin has been clear, what's been going on then, and allowing us to look at it from this view of a totality, right? Your relationships, what's going on with work, what's going on with how you're feeling inside. A lot of times our skin is a way for us to be able to share what's going on inside. And we don't really appreciate that, right? We don't appreciate the beauty of what's going on. It's like, I am not feeling great about myself right now. And so my skin, maybe it's warts, maybe, there's something going on that is being pushed to the surface that shows other people, hey, I am not feeling aligned within myself. So even though some of these options can give you some relief, if you are not feeling like the skin is really getting healthy, clearing up, more blemish free, is not feeling smooth, if it's still itchy, if it's driving you crazy, if it's drawing your attention and others, there is something that needs tending to underneath the surface. Yes, I highly recommend making your own maybe skin oil for your specific skin type. But I can tell you with all honesty that even making a beautiful oil, I love making homemade oils with specific essential oils and a specific carrier oils that are for your skin type. Again, whether it's kapha, pitta, vata, whatever, they can be really nourishing and help everything else look like it's glowing. But if you're not getting below the surface, even a skin oil made specifically for your skin type might not make the biggest dent that you are hoping for. So I want you to understand that when you start healing at the root internally, the less you do with your skin, the better, and the more glowing, the more luminous, the more healed it's going to be as you leave it more alone. Your regimen will become simpler and simpler. Less is more. Now you can continue to do your big regimen. You can continue to do it because it feels really good and you're taking care of yourself. And maybe it feels like a form of self-care, which is beautiful. But I want you to know it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be over the top, and it doesn't need to cost a lot for you to have beautiful skin. You want to make sure that you're getting below the surface. You want to make sure that you're connecting to what's really going on. Now, I want to add one little piece. I'm trying to see if there's anyone who's asked any questions or brought anything up about skin while I'm on here. Maybe, maybe not. Not seeing anything yet. But I want you to consider that the other thing that goes on with things coming to the surface on the skin is, again, it's relieving suppression, which means that you are allowing, here's like a little spider here getting in my way, relieving a little bit of what's going on inside. So as it bubbles up to the surface, it's like a kettle just blowing, saying, hey, I'm ready, or something's going on. Hey, it's an alert. Okay. So as you start to heal from the inside out, as you start to bring that inner balance, as the soul or the vital force starts to feel more at ease with where they are, you can flow in and around your life with more ease, which means that you are going to heal from the inside out. So sometimes the skin condition, here's the thing that can be really tricky too. You may be doing a lot of wonderful things. You're like, I feel really good mentally and emotionally. If you're feeling really good mentally and emotionally, continue to keep doing what you're doing. Relax about the skin, because your skin will just start to continue to heal as you do the work that you're already doing. I want you to trust that. If you are feeling really good mentally, emotionally, if you're feeling really good in your body, I want you to trust that the skin is also going to come. It is the furthest away. So as a homeopath, and as somebody who has done a lot of study on how we heal from the inside out and in reverse chronological order. So sometimes certain skin things can be the last thing to sort of clear up. But if you are feeling really good inside, don't let whatever's going on externally really throw you off, right? Now, if it's hurting, it can be really hard. If it's just feeling like it's taking away a lot of your peace, that can be really hard. There are a lot of little, I would say, little band-aids, assists that will help you. But I want you to understand the main thing that you want to be working on is this internal root challenge so that your skin can be clear. It can feel really good. It can feel balanced. It's hydrated. And you just can feel really great when you're looking in the mirror or when you're rubbing in the lotion, like things don't feel ouch. I want that for you. So if you have any questions about your skin, if you have any questions about how your skin, like if there's something you've struggled with for years and you've thought, X or Y really helped for a long time, but then it stopped working, this might be something that you want to explore. So reach out to me. Feel free to do hashtag replay, ask any questions, say, I don't get this and here's why. I want to hear about it because I can tell you, as somebody who struggled with acne and just really thought like my skin might actually be terrible for my whole life because of what I was seeing ahead of me, I want you to know that is not true. And having good skin or having skin that feels really good to be in is for everyone. But you might have a little stuff to do inside to help you heal so that the skin can reflect what's going on inside. So I hope that makes sense. I love being able to share with you. If you have any other questions, let me know. In the meantime, connect with me here in the group or on YouTube.